Hello, witches. I am High Priestess Artifinus. Next week, Wednesday, the 14th, is Valentine's Day. But I strongly advise witches from doing this type of spell work, and that is trying to bring a ex boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, or wife back into your life because they are ex for a reason. I am strongly against witches, both male and female, making a pot of spaghetti or any type of food and putting your blood, semen, or vaginal fluid into that pot of food or pot of spaghetti. Do not do that, especially with blood. Blood is very dangerous. Drinking blood will kill you no matter the amount. Blood is poisonous once it's out of our bodies. Putting blood in your spaghetti or pot of food will not make this person fall back in love with you, because like all spells, when that spell has run its course and that person finds out, because they will find out that you put your own bodily fluids into the food that you gave them, they will probably become physically violent with you. You may find yourself, man or woman, being a victim of domestic violence. If someone has told you they hate your guts, they want nothing to do with you anymore, or if they have a restraining order against you, an order of protection against you, don't go out of your way to say, oh, well, they are just being led astray. No, they actually hate your guts. And then decide to put your blood, semen, or vaginal fluid in a pot of spaghetti or a pot of food or a pot of soup. Don't do that. Do not do that. It's not going to make them come back to you. It's not. They may come back, let me say this, they may come back for a booty call, but they're not coming back for marriage till death do you part. You can't make somebody love you. You can't. If somebody doesn't love you, accept that. Maybe you grew up in a household where there was no love. Accept the fact that some people just don't love you. You will find a person that does love you without the need of having to do this type of love spell on Valentine's Day. Many people reach out to me on Valentine's Day wanting me to do a love spell to bring back an ex. And I find out all the detail and I mostly decline. No, your ex-husband, ex-wife, ex-girlfriend, ex-boyfriend is not coming back because they have an order of protection against you. Why are you going to violate that and think that Hecate is going to protect you from being prosecuted by the law? She is not. She's not. Because I am 100% certain that Hecate told you to leave that man or leave that woman alone. And you chose to ignore her. You cannot put your own bodily fluid and food on Valentine's Day as a love spell to bring somebody back. They're not coming back. Ingesting bodily fluid of somebody else will kill you. It will kill you. Unless you're suicidal, I don't know what to tell you. I don't. Some women on Valentine's Day, they may have their period, so they may put their period blood in spaghetti or a pot of food. Don't do that. That's unhygienic and gross. The period itself is not gross, but using it in food, that's disgusting. And as a high priestess that I am, I have to call it out. Because I get many messages, emails from women and men talking about how they were a victim of domestic violence. I'm talking about severe domestic violence. I'm talking about people being shot and stabbed and strangled and choked because that person found out that they were the victim of a love spell that went horribly wrong because that witch chose to use their bodily fluid in food on Valentine's Day. It's not worth it. You will find somebody that you don't have to do those things for. But doing it on Valentine's Day, don't do it. Don't. Instead, do a self-love spell. Because like I said, and it is the truth, love spells work through you. What does that mean? That means if you don't love yourself first, if you do not love yourself first, nobody else will. Why should they? You don't love yourself first. So why should anybody afterwards give you love and affection and passionate nights? They're not. Do not use blood and spaghetti or pasta food to bring back an ex on Valentine's Day. It's not going to work. It will result in domestic violence. You will be beaten up by this man or woman. I'm telling you, I've seen it. I have the messages, the receipts to prove it. Don't do it. I've seen the police reports of people, pressing charges against being beaten up. You don't tell the police that it was a love spell that went wrong, but that's what it was. Do not do that. If you want somebody new in your life, a brand new romantic partner, that's fine. But bringing back an ex who is an ex for a reason will only result in heartbreak and domestic violence.